Hello and welcome to Journal 1 AP Polls 3011M. Let's get into it.
I live among the creatures of the night. I haven't got the will to try and fight.
I don't agree with a lot of things that are said in this course, but I do respect everyone's opinion.
Just believe it that tomorrow never comes. I said I'm living in the forest of
What I learned in this class are not very helpful to my current events because as an individual, I think that there are far more important things.
something, so I'll make myself believe it. This night will never go.
About this class, my progress in this class has been amazing and fun to do while learning about gender norms and all. I still feel like I have to learn a lot more for my own sake and for the others to further educate me. I don't agree with a lot of things that are said in this course, but I do respect everyone's opinion. Learning about how society used to work in the old days and how it works now for all communities is an eye-opener. And when I started to learn more things about the communities, I started to understand why people act the way they do. The information that comes to you while reading the course material has been very helpful for me to understand people's point of views and the certain ways that people think. I think about the weekly readings a lot because, first of all, they are big and they're very informative, but they also get boring at times. When it comes to reading them together, in my opinion, I think reading them separately makes me understand things way better because if I read all of them together or if I read others from other weeks, it just confuses me to a point where I won't understand what I'm even reading myself. I like to read the course material that's given in order. Sometimes I tend to forget if I've read the course material or not if I'm not reading them in order. I try to read all the course materials before class once again, but unfortunately I have a class before this one, so it gets hard for me sometimes to apprehend the material and have the same class after. I have plenty of time reading for each week, but it gets very material heavy. But I do push through it. When taking notes, I didn't really think about it as much, but now that I think about it, is that I should be taking notes just for further education if I can ever use this information, and also for arguments that we have in weekly discussions and our lectures. For me, all the themes so far have been that we have explored as a class has been very informative to me. But it also takes me 2 or 3 times to read in order to fully understand what the person is trying to say and to write my weekly answers for my journal. Things that I learned in this class are not very helpful to my current events because as an individual, I think that there are far more important things that might change while going into the future of the course. For now, when we're talking about the whole Black queer studies, didn't really pique my interest in the topic, but I still participate and I still do read all the weekly material. As much as moving into the future of the course, because I do have a similar interest with a lot of people in there, and that's the colonialism that about indigenous people. I think that would pique my interest way more because I'm more into helping the Aboriginals and getting them their own rights. And since they've been taken, their land has been taken over, and we Canadians do not treat them properly. The Trudeau government doesn't treat them properly. I think me reading more about them will help me further educate myself. So in the future, maybe when I have a chance, I can help them. The discussions that we have in class does not really leave me curious because I understand the material and what the author of that week of that article was talking about. My opinion is surprisingly very respected here because I had some issues in some other classes that my opinions were not respected, and I got in trouble for saying some things when they were fully respectful. Again, I do get those looks from some folks when I'm in the Zoom call that when I say my opinion, because it's fully different from a lot of people, and I think I'm the only person in the class that has different opinions from the rest of the class. When it gets to the field of study, I'm not sure how I can relate this field of study with any type of scholarship that I'm going to get into the future, or it will help me pursue my dreams of the future. That is to get into law school, hopefully. My point of view coming into this class has always been different from day one. And when I read half of the material in this course, I disagree with a lot of things that are said in this course and the people who write those articles. I do try to be open to every type of opinion, and I am, but I just don't agree with a lot of things that have been said in this course and the readings. The readings are very informative and self-explanatory, so I can understand why people have those views. But in full honesty, I love the class. I'm having a lot of fun in this class. In the future, I can expand my knowledge and have a better understanding of how society works. Thank you for listening to my podcast, and see you later. Bye-bye.